Are there any better memories than Christmas morning unwrapping your gifts and finding a brand new video game? It happened to me 3 times growing up, definitely. I remember 3 very specific occasions. Some were great, some not so much. Now that I'm an adult, though, I can put my own presents under the tree. But I'm going to go and recall the 3 times I got video games as a present on Christmas morning. And these 3 experiences are almost Dickinson-esque, because one was filled with delight and wonder, one was almost moderate indifference, and the other, utter terror, made me rethink my life. Okay, not that deep, but you get what I'm saying. Now, I try not to get nostalgic, or even use the word nostalgic. I swear, anytime you hear nostalgic or golden age, that's an AI video, but I swear this is not AI. This is just me with some definitely old boomer memories. Well, not quite a boomer, I guess, but close enough, right? Now, the first time I received a video game for a gift was a little bit different because our main system that we used was not a Nintendo or Super Nintendo or even an Atari. We had the Commodore 64, the greatest gaming computer of all time, or at least best-selling, I don't know. We had so many games for that thing, I loved it. It was the main way of playing video games for a huge chunk of my childhood. Even when I got other systems, I would go back to the Commodore 64 because there was some good stuff on there. And this Christmas morning, oh, to my delight, I opened up something that was a huge surprise, and boy was I excited. You see, Arnold Schwarzenegger was probably the greatest action star of all time. Don't give me your JCVDs. Definitely not Steven Seagal. Tom Cruise, really? He's too pint-sized. Rutger Hauer, maybe. Maybe. But Arnold, man, come on. So many of my favorite movies were starring him. And possibly my favorite movie at the time was Predator. So to rip open that wrapping and see his face with the war paint and the giant grenade-launching gun staring back at me, oh, I knew I was in for a treat. Now, first off, I do have to say that this is a slightly different looking C64 game than the one I had. I think it had, there was boxes you can get, and there was, the buttons for the grenades were shown on the screen, which are not shown here, but otherwise, this is very similar to the game that I remember. Running through the jungle, gunning things down, and having some of the most basic sounding Atari, sound effects. It was not the most exciting. These definitely sounded like Atari sound effects. And what I thought was so cool is you'd see the dead bodies of all the old squad mates that got taken out by the Predator. And you can pick up their guns like this grenade launching gun right here. Oh, look at that, just got blasted. But yeah, he had the grenade launching gun, which was one of my favorites. So cool, so cool. But as I am from Minnesota, I gotta go with Governor Jesse's minigun. See his little dead body all grayed and lying on the ground there. That was another thing, too. This game was extremely violent. I was really shocked that my parents would give me such a violent game. I mean, sure, it's nothing by today's standards, but when I would watch that blood fly to the enemies, like actually red blood flying from enemies, that just blew me away. I mean, sure, they had games that were based off of movies, but not with directly lifted scenes like these right here. This was impressive. But all that praise came crashing down when I realized one of the unfair but true lessons of the Commodore 64, that sometimes programmers didn't really care about finishing a game and making sure it actually worked, because this game was broken and you could not finish. Because of a bug, you couldn't lift the final log trap. And I didn't know that because, sadly, the box and instructions, which I thought was really cool and I wanted to keep forever, got thrown away with all the wrapping paper. So I just figured there was something in that instruction manual that I was missing, and that's why I couldn't finish it and figure out and beat the game. But no, it's because the programmers decided to put out a broken game because they didn't care. Oh, the 8-bit micro era. It's not like that kind of stuff happens today. There would never be an unfinished game released nowadays. Oh wait, never mind. So yeah, not the greatest game of all time, definitely not even in my top 10 for Commodore 64 games, but still it was very exciting to open that up and see it on Christmas morning. It was good times. Now, the second time I got a video game for Christmas, it wasn't just a video game, I got the whole system, you see. we were a little bit poor, so we didn't get a lot of the systems till well after they'd been established. So when the Nintendo Entertainment System went on sale, you know my parents jumped at it, and we got ourselves an NES. Fantastic. Oh, what a great, great memory. Open that bad boy up. But it didn't stop there. We didn't just get a Nintendo. We each got a game. My brother and I, we got brand new games. And oh man, in my stocking, Santa gave me the biggest lump of coal you could possibly imagine. You see, I was a big horror fan, still am to this day, and so was my father. And so we would watch TNT's Monster Vision back in the day, or was that TBS? I can't remember. But yeah, we loved horror movies, loved watching them, and so this cover did it. I mean, already Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I'm probably going to be very interested. That is just a super cool premise, movie, whatever. But to see this cover, this face looking at you, the snarl, the glare, just the color even, the color composition, this is a work of art. This is a masterpiece. This is beautiful. And almost all of the artistic creativity went into just the cover. Because, man, plugged in that game. And I wasn't disappointed right away because that music, glorious. But after that, I think this is where I learned that Nintendo games can suck. Oh yeah, listen to that goodness. Now I know they also use this for Rygar, when you would meet the guy in the caves or whatever, but they used it here as well, and oh, it's just so good. I mean, this is really the best part of the game. I would actually just start the game and play this for a while because I wanted to hear the music. That was it. I wouldn't even bother with playing the game. And right now I'm just stalling because I don't want to start the game, because once I actually start the game, it's only going to be downhill after this. But, alas, here we go. Sorry guys that you have to endure this. And here's our protagonist, walking. Because that's all he does. Now I remember the first time I actually plugged this in, I was super excited, plugged it in, heard that music. I was like, this is going to be amazing, this is going to be great. And then I'm walking and I got my stick and I'm not doing anything, but these guys are just beating the crap out of me. Like, what is going on? And then this guy's like, oh, that's a bomb, I can't hit him. Can I stop it? No, it's slow. Oh no. And this blew my mind too, because look at that. The thing is changing. So, okay, maybe that's just the intro and this is the real game right here. But then, of course, this happened. And I was shocked. I was stunned. I was like, what? What's happening? What is this? Oh, no. But I was determined not to repeat the same mistake I made with Predator, and I read those instructions. I said, not today, man, not today. I'm going to read these instructions, and we're going to figure this one out. And that was kind of interesting. That was cool. Okay, I got this figured. I got these 2 lives. As Dr. Jekyll, I am weak. I'm vulnerable. I'm just a normal man that, for some reason, everybody in this whole town seems to hate. And on different levels, too, because I can see the kid in the slingshot, okay. I can see getting bullied by that big guy. And even the ladies, just maybe they're scorned lovers or whatever. But this dude wants to make me blow up. He's literally trying to murder me? Okay, a little extreme there. But as Mr. Hyde, I could unleash my inner beast and cause some real carnage. I remember reading about the psycho wave in the manual, and I was so ready to do that. And the fact that you actually had to press up and B to do it made it seem like a special move. And there it is, flying around the screen. I'm not exactly sure what the thought process was. It goes down and up and loops around, and it's not even really a wave. It's like throwing a bouncy ball against the wall and hoping it comes back right. I don't know. Not the most effective weapon, and after a while, being Mr. Hyde it wasn't that exciting. Especially knowing that all this would lead to would be becoming Dr. Jekyll again. This wimp with a cane that all he did was slowly walk. So as much as I played this game and tried to love it, I mean, it was a gift from my parents. I had to enjoy it. I had to love it. It was a brand new NES game. But sadly, no. The slow jumping, walking, and pointless cane were just too much for me, and I don't even think it made it till New Year's before this sat on the shelf, pretty much never to be played again, except for those bleak nights when I had absolutely nothing else to do. So yeah, sheer disappointment, but it happens, it happens. If anything, I was gifted the valuable lesson of expectation. I learned a lot that Christmas. Now, the third time I received a video game, it was another very big treat. Because like I said before, we didn't get systems until well past their established date, well past their prime. So we had that Nintendo, and I loved the Nintendo. I played it a lot. I still played my Commodore 64 even. I played that. I played the Atari. I didn't have any problem playing older systems. So when we got our Sega Genesis that Christmas day, 16 bits, man, we are finally entering the new era. Even though just about everyone else had already been in that area for a long time, we were finally there, man. And we didn't just get the Sega Genesis, we also got the Sega Channel. Oh, this was a subscription service that was well ahead of its time. Sorry, Games Pass, but the Sega Channel was just pure brilliance. It was just a cartridge that was connected to a cable line that you plugged into your Sega. I still don't know exactly how this worked and how it was able to just send games via the cable link up into your system. Oh, it was just super, super cool. Great idea, really fun. But that's not what I'm talking about. No. Because yes, I got, 50 games every single month, 50 different games. But what I did get alongside it was Landstalker. Now, I love exploration action RPGs. Now, again, there's the debate, is Zelda an RPG? Is Landstalker an RPG? I don't know. I don't care. If I get a sword-swinging elf going on big adventures and discovering all kinds of secrets, I'm a happy guy. And this game was absolutely perfect. I mean, sure, I had played Sega games before and Super Nintendo games before, but now that this was in my house and this was my game, everything felt so much more alive. The sounds, the music, the graphics, everything. It's like it took on a whole new intensity knowing that this was my gift and this would be at my house from now on. And there was just something particular about this game as well. I mean, it looked and sounded good to begin with, but it just had these interesting characters in this story that just hit you right away, that you knew you were in for something just epic. I mean, just right away in this intro, you got yourself a companion, as well as some arch enemies that you knew were going to be harassing you the entire time, and just the promise of great treasure and adventure, and a tone that just didn't seem to take itself too seriously, where you knew you were just going to have fun with it. That first night, I must have played this until about 2, 3 in the morning. I felt like I finally had my hands on the next level of Zelda. I didn't have a Super Nintendo, so A Link to the Past, sadly, I missed out on until I got a little older, but this game, it had treasures and keys and dungeons and monsters, and all kinds of puzzles to be solved. So this was exciting stuff. So even though I had all the excitement of the 50 games on the Sega Channel each month, this would have been enough probably to tide me over for the next year. With its great look and sound and colorful characters, this was definitely a world that I wanted to get lost in. Complete with all the wonders and horrors of isometric platforming. Man, did I love that game. But I probably would never play it again. That isometric view was great for one playthrough, but after that, no more. So those were the 3 times I received video games as gifts. Oh, great memories, good times. Well, not all great memories. But let me know, what games did you guys receive as gifts? Were there anything like the ones I got? What ones were you excited for? Which ones were duds? Which ones gave you the best memories? Thanks for listening to me ramble through these rose-tinted glasses. Happy holidays, and I will see y'all next time. Oh my God, this is not working. Dang. Do we look like a gnome? I don't know. Anyway. Oof.